Okay, so on question 4 in homework 4A, we're going to look at a couple of questions that are similar to A and B. So in A, we're being asked to expand this, to simplify this term. Now, if you think about it, what we're doing is we're multiplying out the brackets. We're going to do b to the power of 3 over 2 times b to the power of negative a half, and then we're going to do plus b to the power of 3 over 2 times b to the power of negative 3 over 2. Now, if you think back to, we've revised this already during lockdown. If we think back to our indices rules, we know that rule 1 is a to the m times a to the n is a to the m plus n, or when we're multiplying, we add our powers. So if we look at this part here, when we are multiplying, we're going to add the powers, so we're doing 3 over 2 plus minus a half. Plus and a minus make a minus, so 3 over 2 take away a half, which will clearly be 2 over 2. So this would be b to the power of 2 over 2, which we know is going to be b to the power of 1, or you could just write it as b. So you can write b to the power of 1 like that, but you remember you don't need the 1, so you could just write b. It's up to you. And then for the second part, we've got 3 over 2 plus minus 3 over 2. Okay, we're adding our powers here. And if we do that, that will become 3 over 2 take away 3 over 2, and that will give us 0. So this becomes b to the power of 0, and then another indices rule, anything to the power of 0 is 1. So this one would give us the answer b plus 1. The one in your homework is slightly different, but it incorporates all those rules, so hopefully that will help with that. Okay, and then for 4b, we've got an algebraic fraction. So we know that when we want to add or subtract fractions, we need a common denominator. And the easiest way to get a common denominator is to multiply the two denominators together. Now, we're going to end up with quite a long denominator here, because we're going to have x minus 5 times x plus 5. So we would have x times x minus 5 times x plus 5 as our denominator. Now, you might spot that this could become x squared minus 25. It's a difference of 2 squares, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet, okay? We know we don't need to change the denominator once we have multiplied the two things together. That's enough. Now, there's the smile part. Now we need to do the kiss part. So we do that times that. So we've got 4 times x plus 5. So it doesn't matter that there's two parts to this denominator, we still are doing the same thing that we would normally do. And then on the other side, we're going to have 3 times x minus 5. Okay, from there we're going to bring that together. So we're going to have 4x times x plus 5 minus 3 times x minus 5, and that's going to all be divided by x times x minus 5 times x plus 5. Okay, and then the next step, remember, is that we're going to multiply out the numerator and tidy it up. Okay, so if we multiply out the numerator, we're going to get 4x squared plus 20x, and then I'm going to get minus 3x and plus 15. Just watch those two negatives there. So I've got x times x minus 5 times x plus 5, and then the final step, now I've now run out of room, so I'm going to have to go up here for that. The final step is to tidy up that numerator completely. So we would have x times x minus 5 times x plus 5 on the bottom, and on the top, the only things that we can bring together are the plus 20 minus 3x, so 20x take away 3x would be 17x, so I've got 4x squared plus 17x plus 15. So that should help with A and B in question 4.